Okay, so last time we had a bit of a crash. I also handily had a useful message from someone who told me that if I had loaded up Dragonborn, then the Dragonborn textures would turn up, and that includes the Silt Striders. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, I didn't load up the Dragonborn for Skywind because I thought that Skywind might crash it, so I had two separate loads for the different Skyrims. Anyway, it means that the guards actually have shields instead of holding purple things now, which is pretty neat. And these guards, though, look slightly different. The Nerevarine guards look slightly different. They look worse than the Harley guards, I think. Because he's wearing an iron... Well, no wonder, he's wearing an iron vest. And it's basically mixed armour they've got on, instead of all bone mould. Well, it's better than what this guy's wearing. Airship, hey? So, I don't think there's really too much point in asking him because he doesn't know. His mission isn't complete. We can go into, I think it's Rat in the Pot, to go and find this extra informant. Let's check this place out anyway. We need to go and find an Ashlander merchant or Ashlander trader who's made a fortune. But these Ashlanders, unless your speechcraft is high enough, they need a gift. So we could probably figure out what gift that he needs. But if you got really good speechcraft, it doesn't matter. You can just talk to him. You can also give him gold. So let's see if he's around here. Well, this might not be the right place. I think she's a trainer. I don't know what these orcs are all about. Let's see if he's in here though. Or maybe I'll just mark it on the Zainsubani informant, that would help. Well, obviously not in here according to the auto map. Handy auto map. Here there's some Thieves Guild missions that you can do here, but I'm not a member of the Thieves Guild, nor is that complete. So let's go up here, hope that this doesn't trigger a crash. Okay. These are the kind of armor sets I'd have expected. Yeah, this is more like the Red Ring Guards. Yeah, this is the place we need to get Old Skyrim. So there's 2 inns here. Unlike Skyrim, which has just handily got 1 inn per place, this has actually got 2. Usually they're downstairs. Let's have a look. Right, so let's ask him about a thoughtful gift. This is a gift for me, I'm amazed. A copy of Words of the Wind, the words of the Blessed Mothers. I gratefully accept your gift. My people have never loved the written word. I lament their ignorant scorn for such a common yet potent magic. Thank you and honour your courtesy. It pleases me to return your courtesy by answering your questions. What would you wish to know about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine Cult? So that cost me a lot of money, but Kaya's gave me 200 gold anyway, so I don't feel too bad. So let's ask him about the Nerevarine Cult. They worship the great Ashcan and Hortator, Nerevar, Moon and Star, who in ages past destroyed... Basically, I know I skipped past that, but he destroyed Dagothr and he chased the Outlanders out of Morrowind. The cult is of small consequence in Ashlander worship. Only a few among the Shilaku do its followers have any influence. Others, Ashlander tribes, share the sentiments of the cult, but regard the Nerevarine prophecies with suspicion and skepticism. So let's ask about the Ashlanders. There's too much to tell. Here, take these notes. I've written here what you need to know about the Ashlanders and the Nerevarine Cult. But most of all, if you're visiting a camp, there's things that you should know about courtesy and challenges among the Ashlanders. Since you ask about the Nerevarine Cult, perhaps you'll be interested in my views on the Ashlanders and foreigners, because the guiding passion of the cult is their hatred of foreigners. Okay, let's ask a bit more about Ashlanders. You have my notes. Let's ask about the camp. The Ashlanders camp moves with the herds, usually lies close to the Sea of Ghosts, north of the village of Margan on the northern coast of Vardenfell. Let's ask about the people themselves. By the way, that updated the location on my map. The Ashlanders are Ashlanders, the northern Ashlands, and the West Gash in the northwest of Vardenfell, which is the island we're on. Ashcan Silmatra is their chief, a brave and respected war leader and warrior protector of the cult. The camp moves with the herds, but usually lies close to the Sea of Ghosts. Let's ask him about Hassour Zainsubani. I wonder at my son, he's been so long away and without word to his father. Surely he wishes me to die of worry, so he can inherit this fine brandy. He's proposed to chart the rarely visited ancient underground complex at Mamiya, west of the Red Mountain. If you should see him in your travels, chide him, tell him an old man longs for news of his son and heir. Okay, that tells you about that cavern west of Red Mountain. Let's ask him about challenges. When challenged for sport, it's acceptable to decline. When challenged for honour, it's shameful to decline. Okay. Can be reached. What's that? Then I shall send word to this friend of yours. Okay. Let's ask him about the prophecies. I heard the prophecies foretell a tale of a reincarnated Nerevar who should drive the foreigners from the Ashlands, who should cast down the false gods of the temple and restore true worships of the ancestors. It's a dream that would appeal to any Ashlander. It must blah blah, but it's a dream too far. That's why the temple don't like them. And I'm glad he reappeared, otherwise I was having difficulty. Oh, hang on a second. This is a special room behind the bar that I hadn't been to. What's going on here? Ah! There was some stairs. I completely missed this room. That was really stupid of me. Okay. Let's go back and see Kaya's anyway. Yeah, that was a bit silly of me. I'm almost tempted to reload because that was quite embarrassing. But I won't. Good use of the console anyway. Let's just scoot up here. And we'll talk to this guy about going back. Balmora. Obviously this Silt Strider was supposed to be a bit taller, because that's a bit of a jump down. Well, so we've learnt a bit more. We've learnt that the Ashlander tribe in the northwest of the island of Vardenfell, which is the island we're on, are the only real Ashlander tribe that will know anything more about these legends. So you can pretty much guess that this will be our next mission, to go and explore and find and make some links with that tribe. And these tribes, we know, like issuing challenges, so already you can guess how the story is going to progress. I'm going to quickly save here. I mean, this video must be getting on to close to 20 minutes. It's past due time for a crash, so I do need to be careful. I don't know what you think about all this kind of back and forth movement. It does probably irritate a few people.
Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else you want?
Wait a second, before I discuss orders, let's have a look at the notes that I was given. Okay, right. The Ashlanders are direct descendants of the Ald'ruhn people who followed the prophet Veloth into the lands we call Morrowind. The Ashlanders retain the nomadic life and ancestor worship of their forebears and despise the soft lives of the great houses. The wastes are harsh and unforgiving, but we are hard people. Temple and great houses are fools to dismiss us as crude savages. Ashlanders wish all foreigners and their false gods could be driven from Morrowind. At least Ashlanders want the foreign devils to leave them in peace. Ashlanders think it's shameful to attack unarmed people, but will attack an armed person. No Ashlander is fool enough to make war against the Empire. Ashlander courtesy, they can challenge a stranger who enters the yurt without invitation. Be careful about entering the Ashcan of tribal chiefs and wise women. Some are welcoming, some are hostile. Ashlander challenges. When challenged for sport, it's acceptable to decline. When challenged for honour, it's shameful to decline. Ashlander worship. The Nerevarine Cult is different. It's a very small cult with only a few wise women with a gift of prophecy and a few holy warrior heroes that guard and protect the seers. Sumatra and Nibani Mesa are the important people that we need to see. The Nerevarine Cult worship the great Ashkran and Hortator, Nerevar Mooninstar, who destroyed the evil godless dwarves and banished Dagothr beneath Red Mountain. Cults of small consequence. The Nerevarine prophecies said that prophecies say that Nerevar will be reincarnated and restore true worships of the ancestors. The Ursulaku Ashlanders are in the northwest of Varnfall, and pretty much there's the location and they tell you the leaders that you need to contact, which is the wise woman and the holy warrior guy.
Thanks for your report, but keep Zainsubani's notes on the Ashlanders. You'll need them. I'm promoting you and sending you to the Ursulaku camp to speak with Sol Matul and Nibani Mesa. Before you go, I think it may be time to tell you what's going on. The Emperor and his advisors think you have the appearance of meeting the conditions of the Nerevarine prophecies. That's why you were pulled out of prison on His Majesty's authority and sent to me, so you could satisfy the conditions of the Nerevarine prophecies and become the Nerevar. Here, this is a decoded copy of the coded package you gave me when you arrived. Read it later, it should explain everything. As you'll see in the decoded message, the Emperor and his counselors think you have the appearance of satisfying the conditions of the prophecy. You really satisfy the prophecy? Are you really the prophesized Nerevarine? At first, I thought we were just supposed to create a persuasive impostor. Now I don't know what to think. But I am sure of one thing. This is not just primitive superstition, and we will treat it seriously, just as His Majesty commands. So, Zainsubani says Sol Matul and Nibani Mesa at Ursulaku camp are the heads of the Nerevarine Cult. So I'm sending you to speak with them. Tell them your story and have them test you against the Nerevarine prophecies. As heads of the Nerevarine Cult, they can best judge whether you satisfy the prophecies. When you've spoken with them, report back to me. Here's 200 drakes for expenses, and pick up essential supplies at Fort Moonmoth.
Fort Moonmoth. Okay.
As I said, go to Ursulaku, tell them your story. As heads of the Nerevarine Cult, they should be able to judge whether you might be the Nerevarine. When you've...
Blah blah blah, I'm just going to leave before you finish. I'm going to end things there, and I shall see you for the next part. Let's have a quick look at our map. Okay, so we're in Balmorra here. Ald'ruhn is up here. And the Ursulaku camp is all the way up here. Quite close by is, I guess Nisus is fairly close by. There's also a town up here that's quite where we'll probably end up fast travelling to. It's basically a little fishing village that's up here, and then we can cross over to the Ursulaku camp. And the next part will just basically be journeying this way. Oh yeah, Coal Cave is a place where I can... These are basically locations where I can get all my... What was it? Pilgrimage done, that's right. Okay, so see you next time.